I hope you don't just watch this video without taking action. If you're only watching without taking real steps, you might as well skip this video. My goal here is for us to become better and more quality individuals. So let's get right into it. Bro, have you ever felt super lazy to do something, even things you usually enjoy? Well, you're not alone. Many guys out there feel the same way, but most people think laziness comes from a lack of motivation or discipline. Actually, there are some less known reasons for feeling lazy. It's not just about being lazy, it's deeper and can be a game changer for you. So why do we feel lazy? Here are some often overlooked reasons. 1. Laziness due to boredom. In psychology, this is called understimulation. Our brains need challenges and variety. If your activities are monotonous, repetitive, or uninteresting, your brain signals your body to feel lazy. It's like a computer going into sleep mode when it's idle. Scientifically, this involves the dopamine system in your brain. Dopamine is the happiness hormone released when we do something enjoyable or interesting. Boring activities reduce dopamine production, making you feel flat, low energy, and eventually lazy. Think about it. Have you ever worked on a long, repetitive task, like compiling daily reports filled with data? From the first minute, you feel bored. That's because your brain isn't getting enough stimulation and tells you to stop or find something more engaging. How to fix it? Break down your tasks into smaller, more manageable parts. Switch up activities occasionally to keep your brain engaged. Add fun elements to your work. For example, give yourself a small reward after finishing a section. The key is to keep your brain motivated by making your activities interesting and varied. Don't let your brain get bored, because once it does, laziness becomes hard to avoid. 2. Laziness due to fear of failure. Hey bro, here's the deal. We've all experienced lazy spells, right? One often overlooked cause is the fear of failure. Crazy, isn't it? Psychologically, this fear makes us prefer doing nothing over the possibility of failing. Why? Because our brains hate failure. The concept of fear of failure is relevant here. Scientifically, two main players are amygdala and prefrontal cortex. The amygdala triggers the fight or flight response, like an alarm system. When you imagine failing, the amygdala signals a threat. Your brain automatically switches to avoid mode to protect you from feeling hurt, embarrassed, or disappointed. Meanwhile, the prefrontal cortex handles planning and decision-making. But if the amygdala freaks out first, the prefrontal cortex gets overwhelmed. So, you choose to do nothing to avoid the pain of failing. For example, you might want to start a new business or chase a dream career. But thinking about potential failure and ridicule from friends makes you lazy. You'd rather binge watch your favorite series than work or attend meetings. How to fight this? Recognize your fear. Take a deep breath, calm down, and identify that fear. Break big tasks into small steps. Small wins make progress less scary. Focus on the possibility of success, not failure. Visualizing success can calm your brain. Get used to small failures. This teaches your brain that failure isn't the end of the world. Remember, bro, laziness often shields us from the pain of failure. But with awareness and the right strategy, you can break through that barrier. 3. Laziness due to overwhelming tasks. Here's the thing, bro. Our brains have limited energy and focus each day. When we have too many tasks or responsibilities, our brains get confused about what to tackle first. This is called decision fatigue. When the brain gets tired, we lose motivation and become lazy. Psychological research shows that the human brain can only fully focus on one thing at a time. When faced with multiple tasks, the brain uses a lot of energy switching between them. Instead of being productive, you get overwhelmed and end up procrastinating. For example, imagine having 10 tasks to finish this week. In theory, you could complete them all if you focus. But in reality, you stress over which to start first and end up scrolling social media to relieve the stress, doing nothing productive. How to handle this? Prioritize your tasks. Use techniques like working 25 minutes, resting 5 minutes to break them into manageable chunks. Also, don't hesitate to delegate tasks or ask for help if possible. Additionally, maintain mental and physical health. Get enough sleep, eat healthy, and take time to exercise. This keeps your brain fresh and ready for daily tasks. Remember, it's not about how much you have to do, but how smartly you manage your time and energy. Stay focused, bro, and tackle one task at a time, calmly. 4. Laziness due to being in the comfort zone. The comfort zone is where you can do everything without extra effort. Everything feels safe and familiar, but that's the trap. You become less motivated to grow or try new things. This can be explained psychologically too. In psychology, there's a concept called the comfort zone. Here, we feel stable and under no pressure. Our brains love it because it doesn't require much energy. Hence, we often feel lazy because the brain prefers the easy way and avoids effort. For example, you might be comfortable in your current job even if it doesn't pay as much as you dream of. As a result, you become lazy about seeking new opportunities or learning new skills because you feel content with what you have. This also applies to habits like exercise. Say you're used to waking up late and being inactive. Your brain gets accustomed to and comfortable with that routine. When you try to start exercising and waking up early, it initially feels very tough. Your brain says, "Why bother? It's comfy here." But bro, stepping out of your comfort zone is crucial if you want to progress. Challenges and changes drive growth. Start with small changes. For instance, get into the habit of waking up early, learning something new, or seeking challenges at work. Remember bro, laziness is normal, but don't let it stop you from advancing. Fight laziness by pushing yourself to try new things outside your comfort zone. It might be hard at first, but over time, you'll see many positive changes. So, don't stay stuck in your comfort zone. Be brave and challenge yourself. That's the key to truly growing and becoming a man who always moves forward. 5. Laziness due to mental health issues. Firstly, understanding the strong link between mental health and laziness is important. One major cause of laziness that often gets overlooked is depression. Depression doesn't always mean someone looks sad. Sometimes it shows up as extreme fatigue, loss of interest in activities once enjoyed, and feeling empty. The brain gets flooded with stress hormones like cortisol, blocking the production of dopamine, our happy hormone. This makes daily activities feel incredibly tough. Anxiety is another issue. People with high anxiety tend to overthink. Their brains constantly look for threats or problems to solve, making them overwhelmed and eventually lazy to start anything because of fear of failure. There's also a condition called ADHD, Attention Deficit Hyperactivity Disorder. ADHD isn't just about having trouble focusing or being hyperactive. It can also cause problems in completing tasks due to poor time management and structure. This can make someone with ADHD seem lazy because they procrastinate a lot. For example, you might have a friend who always puts off schoolwork or work tasks. They might not be lazy, but instead have anxiety making them fear mistakes and judgment. Or they might have ADHD and struggle to focus, needing more effort to finish a task. Psychologically, laziness is also linked to low self-regulation. There's a part of our brain, the prefrontal cortex, that controls planning, decision-making, and impulse control. If the prefrontal cortex isn't working optimally, it's easy to give in to laziness. So bro, if you constantly feel lazy, check your mental health. Don't hesitate to seek professional help if needed. Remember, it's okay not to be okay, and seeking help is a sign of strength, not weakness. Stay strong. Hope this helps and thank you.